What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and today we got an announcement post for the upcoming update that's coming to FEH with new refines and the new ephemera manuals. So I'm going to be talking all about that and let me know in the comments what you think about them. So Legendary Edelgard is getting her Remix and Refine and she's getting Attack Res Ideal 4 as the Remix skill. Kind of a weird skill honestly because I think that Heavy Blade 4 would have been a lot better or Assault Troop. But I guess thematically they want to give her the resistance version of the skill so that she can, beat up the dragon units. And I guess it's a decent upgrade, but I really hope that she has got Assault Troop in her Weapon Refine. She does have Raging Storm too, which definitely does the bare minimum at the very least, where it does give you the debuffs on the enemy's attack and defense, and also gives you a guaranteed follow-up attack, which was definitely lacking on Legendary Edelgard because it's not all that easy to one-shot units nowadays because of their bulk. And if the opponent is a dragon or a beast unit, then she can bypass their follow-up negation effects, which is definitely pretty nice because in Aether Raids we do have a couple of dragon units like Duma, Saros for example, which do have follow-up negations, and I'm really hoping that she gets a really cracked Weapon Refine because she is one of the more unique units and she is able to have 3 actions because of Raging Storm, and most of the armor units nowadays are save units and Edelgard is a bit different. So I hope that they can give her some kind of Assault Troop in her weapon which solves her mobility issues because it's really hard to use her in arena with that solo playstyle, and I hope that they can have more flexible conditions in her weapon. Giving her some kind of special cooldown would also be really good because that would just make it easier for her to get Gale Force, and that would be really helpful because you wouldn't have to meet the Heavy Blade checks. So I'm hoping her Weapon Refine is going to be good, and historically Edelgard has got good refines in her Brave version and the original version last month, so hoping it is the same for the Legendary version because I've used her quite a lot and she can definitely jump back with a good enough refine. Maybe they can try and make it so that she can give charge status to the support partner similar to what Alear does. That would definitely make her even more unique as she's going to be able to function as a support unit while also having like 3 actions. That would be so fun for something like Aether Raids offense. And then they are also giving Remix to Lif and also a Weapon Refine. So Deadly Balance Plus does have Special Fighter built in. It also pierces through the damage reduction and it does have Special Spiral. So definitely pretty nice on him, but I hope that his Weapon Refine is more support oriented because as an Aether Raids defense unit, if you're melee like Lif and you're not very threatening, then having some kind of support would definitely make you age a lot better, and he's easily the worst Anima Mythic unit pretty much because he doesn't really provide anything in terms of combat or support. Now at the very least he's going to be having better combat, and he also has Even Tempest as the new slotsy skill, which is a bit weird, so maybe they are going to be giving him minus on special cooldown in his weapon, and they could just provide some kind of supportive effect. That's my hope because there are just so many sword infantry units and trying to compete with them combat wise is not the best idea because we're going to be getting even better sword infantry units in future, maybe with Diamant or something like that. So I hope that they can give him something unique for Aether Raids defense because he hasn't really been great ever since he has been launched. We also have more refines and Cormag finally is getting one, so he's a very popular merge project. And I really hope that at the very least his Weapon Refine is like side grade to Arcane Lewin and Arcane Xiang because I don't really want his Refine to be worse than them like Death Knight for example. So really hoping for that. Cynthia did get a pretty nice Weapon Refine, so I'm hoping that he can get something unique like that. And then we also have Valbar getting a Weapon Refine. Now it's definitely pretty hard for him as a Lance Armor because we have got Gilliam recently who's also fantastic. There's already Brave Hector, there's Ascended Idun as a blue near save, there's also Forsyth who did get a Weapon Refine. So I'm hoping that he can be like the blue version of Arden, basically having a dual phase Brave weapon, which would make him a unique armor unit, and he would also be like a budget version of Winter Ephraim. So I'm really hoping that for Valbar, something similar to Arden would work out for him. And then we also have Eyvel finally getting a Weapon Refine. She was definitely done dirty by not giving her any kind of preferred weapon and then locking her to 5-star rarity where you cannot even easily plus and merge her. And her offensive stat spread is not the greatest either. So I'm really hoping that she has got very stacked Weapon Refine because she is such a badass woman. She is easily one of the favorite characters of mine from Yggdrasil. And she's not getting Flame Sword. That would have been cool with the adaptive damage. She's getting Free Blade's Edge. So really hoping that she can get something really solid that can justify her rarity, which is 5-star logged, and I hope it's not mediocre. And Ewan is also getting a weapon refine. Same goes for him. He also didn't come with a preferred weapon, so I hope that he gets something useful. He doesn't really have the highest speed for a modern mage, so maybe giving him guaranteed follow-up attack is going to be helpful. And then we also have a weapon refine for Duo Alm. So they are the seasonal weapon refine. And Duo Alm can definitely function well with that duo button of theirs, which can neutralize penalty and heal up 30 HP and give +6 attack and speed buff to 5 rows and 5 columns. So that range is really good, and that could be useful in Summoner Duels if they get a stacked weapon refine that can make them really fast. So that's my hope with their refine, just stacking up a lot of speed, maybe giving them phantom speed so that they can have that edge. And Duo Alphonse did get a really good weapon refine, so I'm hoping for the same for them because they do have workable enough stats to be like a god axe unit with a lot of speed and maybe damage reduction in their weapon refine. And they also come with a unique special in Lunar Flash, so they can definitely bounce back with a really solid weapon refine because there's not as much competition when it comes to axe infantries compared to sword infantries. And Eyvel is definitely going to be competing against so many sword infantry units, and she's not even the fastest. So yeah, definitely have high hopes for her. Let me know in the comments which refine you're looking forward to the most. And next month we should be getting a weapon refine for Branya and also Rudolph. So there's gonna be no remix or refine for any kind of legendary or mythic unit next month. So this is pretty much what we can tell. Maybe some other units like Igren are gonna be getting weapon refine, or Nagi, who's kind of overdue. So these are at least the expected weapon refine for the next month that you can look forward to. And then we have the new Ephemera manuals, which are actually pretty nice this time around. We've got Fallen Male Morgan, who does provide you with attack res menace, which is really good. And he also has solo skill, but attack res menace is the main catch here. And then Julia has got attack res solo and panic smoke. Attack res solo is not the greatest slotted skill. We have got such better slotted skills with extra effects. So she's mainly going to be used for panic smoke. And she's also going to be getting a weapon refine in maybe a couple of months, like until the end of the year maybe. So if you're trying to merge her up, that could be a free merge for you. And then we have Ninja Har, who does provide you with Wyvern Katana Plus, a dual phase sword, which can be useful if you're a slow sword unit. And that can definitely be helpful on someone like Legendary Selif until he gets his weapon refine and remix in August. So it's a good weapon on him until then. We also have Atlas here, and this could be helpful for the people who are trying to plus and merge him because he was directly added into the 3-star, 4-star pool, and he didn't get some kind of quest where you could get the free copies of him. So plus and merging Atlas is a bit tough just because it's really hard to get the copies of these demoted units from summoning unless you're really lucky. And he doesn't really have the greatest fodder. He mainly exists there for the merge project people unless we get, Earth Boost 4 or something like that. And then we have got Tail 2 providing drive speed, which is pretty good for the fodder, and also a dual rally skill, which could be helpful if you're trying to get the plus version of the skill and some other premium skill. Selena is going to be providing reposition, which is always helpful. And then finally Emran, who doesn't really have too much of fodder. I guess she can provide you with Miracle, I suppose. She doesn't really have Wings of Mercy 3, and res opening is not the greatest. Overall, the combat manuals this time around are pretty good, with attack res menace being the highlight, which can be helpful on many of the Mage Cavaliers and also on the Dragon units, especially if they run like Dragon Wall, so it could be a decent enough slotsy skill for them. And I'm definitely going to be getting Male Morgan for sure, and so are most people. And then it depends on where our priorities are. Panic Smoke 3 I guess could be useful if you're trying to fodder off Panic Smoke 4 with another premium skill, so there, this manual of Fallen Julia can be helpful. We also have some other changes like Catapult being upgradable to level 11 in Aether Raids offense and defense, and Catapult is definitely a pretty nice structure in Aether Raids defense for maybe sniping the healing towers or safety fences of people. And even like on offense, it's pretty good if you can snipe something like a Duo Hindrance or healing tower or something like Tactics Room, for example. So definitely pretty nice. And we're also getting 2 new songs added into the concert hall. Move Out from Path of Radiance, which is definitely an underrated song, and also Another Day of Training, which is the training theme from Engage. And Summoner Duels is also being updated to max favor level of 3100. And then we're also going to be able to have Spring Michaelis and Vigard in the Grail pool. So many people are going to be trying to plus and merge these units if they are their favorites. But other than that, they don't really bring anything new to the table because they lack preferred weapons. We're also going to be having Seer Snare in the next update. and it is going to be starting in mid-May, I believe. So they have shown some of the things which they didn't really show in the FEH channel. I've discussed this game mode in my FEH channel video. So here you can see Aether with so many skills here, which is just absolutely amazing. You can even equip skills which are not Sacred Seals as your Sacred Seal slot basically. As you can see here with Attack Speed Clash, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, this Crom is just stacked out. So really looking forward to this game mode because it could be a really nice PvE game mode. And it could be something that, you know, FEH has been needing for a while. And now let's move on to the mini game, spot the differences. So I'll be having both pictures side by side, and I'll also be highlighting the changes which are there in the art. So first of all, young Lucius is getting a art change where the, you know, glowy things to his purple effects have been toned down a bit. That's pretty much the art change they are doing. We also have one for Rearmed Tana where her, like, the lightning effects are a bit more improved. So she has more glow basically on the orange lightning effects on her special art. And finally, the easiest one to see here is Duopini, where they are fixing the damage art where Triandra has got that face mark. So they're going to be giving that on Triandra's right cheek. So that's everything in the update, which we're going to be getting on Monday's reset. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and a comment, helps me tremendously. And if you really enjoyed, you could always support me directly by using super thanks down below or by becoming a YouTube member. And for more free videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as Nagi fans still waiting for the weapon refine. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.